Sonic Adventure 2, the sequel to the fan-favorite Sonic Adventure. For those who are unaware, it was a 2001 home console game made by Sonic Team USA. It was Sega's last hurrah before Sega left the console wars. It was a childhood favorite for me, even though I haven't got to play it. I was still a fan of it because of YouTube videos of content creators playing the game. I am also a big fan of the game, music, animation, gameplay, and so much more. But before we jump right in, let's go back and talk about the console wars so you can get some context. If you don't know, there have been many console wars, but the term is most notably known for Nintendo and Sega's great battle back in the 90s. Back then, Sega attempted to break into America's video game market with the Genesis console of Sonic the Hedgehog. The genius marketing approach and improved hardware Sega had, they gained a majority of the video game market by 1991. 3 years after the Genesis launch, mostly because of Sega's Genesis Sonic the Hedgehog, it caused serious back and forth competition between the two companies throughout the early 1990s. However, Nintendo eventually regained its market share, and Sega stopped making home console hardware by 2001 due to them losing the console wars. It was a very smart decision, as they made more money making their games available for a large variety of home consoles. After the release of Sonic Adventure and it being a big hit selling over 2.5 million copies, Sonic Team got right away on it to making Sonic Adventure 2. Development began soon in 1999 and lasted 18 months. Sonic Adventure 2 was produced as a celebration to Sonic series' 10th anniversary. The team flew out to San Francisco, California. Not only was it home to Sega of America, but where the Sega Technical Institute once thrived. The team set up shop and got started to design the game, as they wanted the sequel to be a Western release of Sonic Adventure. The team got to work as they were now called Sonic Team of America. They started cleaning up unsolved bugs in the Japanese release, as well as polishing the levels. The team's main goal was to catch the eyes of Western gamers. During development, there was a split in ranks in the team. This is done so the team can work on other projects like Phantasy Star Online. The team's main goal for the game's design was for it to be faster paced and more action oriented than the original. In my opinion, they did an excellent job accomplishing this goal. The development team also wanted to expand the presence of the child creatures. This would later become the ever so popular Child Garden. I mean, who wouldn't want to care for these adorable online pets? The team wanted to take the things that made Sonic Adventure successful and strengthen it. One of the main bullet points of the team was the story, to expand on the narrative powers the first game had employed. The seeds of Sonic Adventure 2 plot were planted. In order to tell the story, it was decided yet again new characters in the franchise would have to be sketched and then fleshed out. Takashi Iizuka, the director and lead designer for Sonic Adventure 2, recommended the idea of a dog Sonic. As such, many sketches were produced depicting a dog hedgehog. While some designs played around with the design of a hedgehog using an eye, it was ultimately decided that the character should look like Sonic's shadow. The character was originally given the name Terios, which is the Japanese verb to compare with or to shine on. Later in the development stage, the team decided to go with a name that is well known around the world today. A name so familiar, a name so iconic, the name was Sonic, the ultimate meme. I'm playing. The name they decided on was Shadow the Hedgehog, the ultimate life form. Another main character for the game was also in the works. She would eventually be named Rouge the Bat. In development, she was called Nails. Honestly, I think the name Nails doesn't really fit her concept out or main design at all. It seems too simple, and I would prefer the name Rouge the Bat. You be the judge of that, though. According to Sonic Team of America, the name Nails ties with her scheming the other characters in the series, such as Tails and Knuckles. Though most of her art is lost and it is unknown what she looked like in development stage, it was established early on she would be a spy with double intentions throughout the game. Some elements from Sonic Adventure were dropped, such as the adventure field and playstyles of Amy, Rose, and Big the Cat. I honestly think they should have kept one of their playstyles, as they both had interesting stories. Okay, if I'm gonna be honest, even though Big the Cat is an awesome character and a fan favorite, and his story in Sonic Adventure was kind of boring. Amy is still a main character in the SA2 as she plays a major part, while Big is in the background of some levels, making cameos. Sonic Team of America wanted to keep the Sonic stages from the first game, the shooting levels with Gamma, and the treasure hunting stages with Knuckles. There was one thing though. Gamma was unable to come back from a story perspective. So what did they do? They decided to follow the fan requests of making Eggman playable. They decided to give the shooting segments to Eggman. As such, work began on perfecting the game modes. On May 11, 2000, lots of screenshots released by Sonic Team showed Sonic in what would become City Escape, Eggman, Knuckles, and the return of the Chow Garden. The Sonic community went crazy in excitement. They were wondering though, where was Tails? At the time, he was not seen, so the fate of Tails was unknown. When given the question in interviews, Yuji Naka answered, "Wait and see," and other times, he outright denied Tails being in the game. New information wouldn't be released until September 22nd, 2000 for the Sonic Team Fall Festival. For 10 days, new screenshots about the game were released to the world on SonicTeam.com. The screenshots showcase Sonic's new grand ability as well as Eggman's introduction as a playable character. For the final day, the online festival did nothing but drop cryptic hints as to the nature of the story, posting images of a dark Sonic S Hedgehog with little context. Further information about Sonic Adventure 2 went quiet. After the release of Phantasy Star Online, Dreamcast players got an unexpected bonus for Sonic fans. On November 21st in Japan, the game is packaged with Sonic Adventure 2, The Trial. The demo was of the level City Escape, as well as a trailer showing Shadow the Hedgehog. In the trailer, he referenced himself to the Ultimate Hedgehog, but this was changed to his iconic title, The Ultimate Life Form. I gotta say, the demo music is awesome, even though it wasn't the final version. It's still a jammer. Take a listen. It was unknown how long Sega would keep this mysterious hedgehog's name and revealing Rouge the Bat. That is until Vesperus, the toy company, leaked both characters. The toy company has also previously made figures for the previous game. They announced the third wave featuring the now revealed characters, Shadow and Rouge. They never got released as they sadly went out of business shortly afterwards in 2001. A media push in April 2001 introduced Rouge the Bat as a playable character, as well as show Tails in the final game as well. A while after the first demo, Sega announced its deal of soap shoes and that Sonic will be wearing them in the game as official footwear. If you don't know, soap shoes are meant for grinding and mills. Both companies saw this as an opportunity to collab, since grinding was one of the features being fully advertised for the game. Even though the grinding isn't featured games, the deal of soap lasted one game as they went bankrupt in 2001, and another company called Stride bought the company. Though Stride went out of business in 2002 shortly after they bought the band. For more information, just Google it, but from what I know, the company Heelys, the company responsible for those shoes with wheels on them now, owns them now. I'm not sure on this though, as it's not clear, but I'm gonna move on. The game was set to release in early spring of 2001. It was delayed to June 23rd of 2001. The extra months allowed the game to be released on Sonic's 10th birthday. It also let the team do the final touches to the game. And as a bonus, a limited version of the game was released. It was called the Sonic Adventure 2 Birthday Pack. It came with an epic design filled with the main characters and side characters in the game, along with a 10th anniversary logo. It also came with a special fold-out packaging that held a music CD, a history book, and a golden coin etched with Sonic on it. Nowadays, these go for a range of $90 to $180, and it's worth it. I mean, look at all the packaging and tell me you wouldn't rather get the birthday pack. I know what I am saving up for. After Sega released Sonic Adventure 2, it had positive reviews for voice acting, plot, music, gameplay, and so much more. The game was easily a fan favorite, not only to Sonic fans, but also gamers in general. Even though it was the last Dreamcast game, an enhanced port of the game for the Nintendo GameCube was released in late 2001 in Japan. The game included multiplayer options, better textures, and many more changes. The game was also released as a downloadable option in 2012 for the PS3, Xbox 360, and Windows. The Dreamcast version sold 500,000 copies. The exact amount of money is unknown since they didn't really specify on it. The GameCube version sold 1.2 million copies by July 2006 and earned $44 million in the United States. In December 2007, it sold 1.4 million copies, making it one of the best-selling GameCube games and the best-selling third-party game. There was lots of promotional stuff released, but some of the well-known merchandise that was sold was Joyride Sonic and Shadow and the Soap Shoe Sonic plush. The plush is extremely hard to find, mostly because of the large demand for it. It goes for $900 to $1,500 online and doesn't go on sale often. Strangely enough though, Sega hasn't run out of stock. They have a bunch left in stock actually, and they were seen in the Hooters promotion and the Sega Sonic Cafe promotions, but they chose not to sell them or re-release them. That's strange, but if you want to learn more, I recommend checking out Pat Mac's channel as he does a good job explaining the history. That wraps up the history of Sonic Adventure 2. The game went through many ideas and changes throughout the development process to become the iconic Sonic game today. I got my sources from the website Sonic Retro and Wikipedia. I know Wikipedia can be untrustworthy, but I fact-checked it, meaning there's no false information. Thanks for watching, and until next time, see ya! Big the Cat's awesome, and if you don't like Big the Cat, I'm gonna come to your house.